Regularly scheduled programming will not be seen at this time in order to bring you a special week of programming here on Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. And a good afternoon, everybody. My name is Ron Juckett. Happy Tuesday to you all if you are watching live or same day. And one of the reasons why we have buffers built into the 1978 Major League Baseball replay was for vacations and other things. And sadly, this is one of those other things. And so this week on Retro Sports Network, we're going to help Al Red Sox fan as he goes through a rather difficult time in his life by playing some events in his honor. And today we start with his baseball idol, Tony Congliaro's first ever game. Opening day from Yankee Stadium in 1964. It'll be Bill Monboquette against Whitey Ford. That game will be in a moment. Tomorrow night in prime time around 8 o'clock, we'll have a fight between Rocky Marciano and Jersey Joe Walcott as they do a 15-round heavyweight fight at the Springfield Civic Center. And then on Thursday, we will find two football teams to play against each other live at noon to wrap up our community hug for Al Red Sox fans. So it's the Red Sox and the Yankees opening day 64 next on Retro. As Retro Sports Network presents this baseball special, presented by DigitalDice.com, the best podcast on the internet for your sports simulations and replay needs. You can find us on Spreaker, on iTunes, and wherever else fine podcasts are listed. And so welcome to Yankee Stadium. How are you, Tribe fan? Nice to have you along for this Al Red Sox fan special. As you know, Al's favorite player is Tony Congliaro, and Tony Congliaro's first home game at Fenway Park, which would be April 17th, 1964, he homered. But the first game of his career, hello DJ John, nice to have you along. The first game of his career was the opener for the Yankees at Yankee Stadium on April 16th, 1964. Baseball Reference says the field was soaked and the sun was out, and it's out today with the wind blowing out to center field at 11 miles an hour at 62 degrees. And so our 1978 replay resumes next Tuesday live. I believe it's still the Yankees and the Brewers from Milwaukee. But today it's a special one for Al. And so here we go. Here's how the Red Sox lined up on opening day 1964. Chuck Schilling is at second. He'll lead it off. Phil Brasud is a shortstop. He'll bat second. Somebody by the name of Yastrzemski is in left field. He'll bat third. The only lefty to face Whitey Ford to start this game. Frank Malzone is at third and cleans up. Dr. Strangeglove, Dick Stewart is at first. He'll bat sixth. Clinton is in right field. He'll bat sixth. Tony Congliaro, at 19 years old, makes his Major League debut in center and will bat seventh. Tillman behind the plate for Boston. He'll catch and bat eighth. And Bill Monboquette, or Monpocket, depending on how you want to pronounce it, is on the mound and will bat ninth. Whitey Ford, 64 was his last good year. 17-6 with a 2.13 ERA and one save. In 245 innings, he allowed 212 hits, 10 home runs, 57 walks, and 172 strikeouts. And no, he didn't benefit from Death Valley at all. 437 to dead left center. Defensively behind Whitey, Tommy Tresh is a 6-8 and a 7. In left, Mickey Mantle is a 6 and an 8 in center, and Roger Maris a 7 and 7 in right. Clete Boyer an 8 at third. Phil Linz and his harmonica is a 5 at short. Bobby Richardson a perfect 10 at second. Joe Pepitone, another one of the Yankee hot prospects, is first baseman. 9, and Elston Howard is a 10 and a 9 behind the plate. And making his managerial debut on April 16th, 1964, is one Yogi Berra. Unlike most streams where I'm doing the home team, because this is a tribute stream, we're doing the Red Sox today. Red Sox are in gray, Boston in black letters across the front, and you know how the Yankees are dressed. Schilling, not a good 64, 196, no homers, and 7 RBI. Ford is ready, and so are we. And the season begins with strike 3. A 1-2 in there on the knees on an off-speed pitch, and Whitey starts the 64 campaign with a strikeout. Go drive a 64 Whitey Ford today, or not. Eddie Brasud, 293, 15 homers, and 55 RBI. Ford from the line. Brasud, there's a little liner in the right center field. That's going to drop in front of Roger Maris. And Johnny Pesky is going to send Brasud to second. Mantle's throw to Linz is in time. They got him. The tribute is to AlRedSoxFan, who is having a no-good, very bad week. And so all the games this week will be for Al. So, Red Sox get into trouble or out of trouble and then run themselves into it. Here's Carl Yastrzemski. Yaz at 289, 15 homers, and 67 RBI. Be kind of curious to see as the chat starts to talk about the Astros scandal. Alex Cora is a dead man walking in the Red Sox dugout, by the way. Pitch to Yaz, and Carl slaps that one down to second. Richardson over to first, and that will be an out. So the Red Sox, no run. Eddie Brasud trying to stretch a single into a double, and no errors. Half an inning in the books. It's the Red Sox, nothing, and here come the Yankees. And so it'll be Bill Monbouquet at 13 and 14 with an ERA of 4.04. Isn't that what you get when you go to a website that doesn't exist? 234 innings, 258 hits, 34 home runs allowed. You wonder why this team went 70 and 92. 40 walks and 120 strikeouts. This will be the lineup that he'll face. Remember, this was the last great team of the Yankee dynasty. Phil Linz will lead off at short. Bobby Richardson is at second and batting second. Roger Maris is in right, batting third. Mickey Mantle in Tommy Tresh is in left field. He'll bat fifth. Joe Pepitone, the first baseman, bats sixth. Elston Howard behind the plate will go seventh. Clayton Boyer is at third. He'll bat eighth. And Whitey Ford, who threw 12 pitches in the top of the first, will bat ninth. Defensively for Boston, Carl Yastrzemski, not the great defensive whiz he would be in 64, a 4 and an 8. Buckeye Todd, the number one George Hendrick fan, is in the house. Yaz a 4 and 8 in left. Tony Congliaro a 5 and a 4 in center. He would eventually move to right field. Lou Clinton is in right. He's a 5 and a 6. Frank Malzone is a 7 at third. Brasud is a 5 at short. Schilling is a 5 at second. And Dr. Strangelove, Mr. Stewart's a 3 at first. Tillman is a 6 and a 5 behind the plate. And Monbouquet can field his position well. It's 277 with 34 homers. I'd imagine there's a well-placed home run in a 4, 5, or 6. Anywho, here's Linz, 255 homers and 25 RBI. And I'm with Tribe Fan. I don't mind it at all. I think Hinch will be back after his suspension. He's too good to be not managing. I think the GM is done. And I think Cora probably will be a long time before he gets a managerial job again. And players do what they're told. And so I have no problem with Carlos Beltran not being punished. Besides, he gets to manage the Mets. So here we go. Monbouquet from the wind delivers. Linz pops it up. Tillman takes off the mask behind the plate. 1 away. Tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Eastern Time, a special fight for AlRedSoxFan. Rocky Marciano and Jersey Joel Walcott, using, of course, title bout boxing. That's at 8 p.m. tomorrow night. 15 rounds of heavyweight boxing right here on Retro Sports Network. Bobby Richardson, still alive with it. 267, 4 homers, and 50 RBI. No, he will not start the year. Major League Baseball will take care of that in no time. In fact, I would not be surprised if Cora got a lifetime ban. Because if they were doing that if they were using the same system in Boston, he'll be gone. Pitch to Richardson. There's a liner into right field. Clinton will pick it up off a hop, and there's 1 on, 1 out. For Roger Maris at 281, 26 homers, 71 RBI. So 78 returns next week. And this Sunday, because we have a variety of football games that matter for Week 16, we're going to do an experiment. Instead of doing one game, we're going to do the fourth quarter of 4 games. So we will zoom through and play the fourth quarter of a few meaningful games. That's Sunday at noon right here on Retro Sports Network. Tribe Fan says, I hope any punishment for Cora is done swiftly so that if, and he will be, he's suspended, they have a plan in place. I'm sure John Henry will have that in place. And you got to wonder if Dombrowski gets suspended too, because he's the one that hired Cora and certainly was aware of what was going on. Pitch to Maris is a ground ball to Stewart, to pursued for 1, and that's it. Maris will get it up first on the fielder's choice. It'll go on the card as a 3-6. 2 out for Mickey Mantle. Mickey at 303, 35 homers, 111 RBI. DJ John says, I feel bad for the fans of these teams. Thank you. We spend our hard-earned money to watch a product that's supposedly on the up and up. I feel bad for the Dodgers because they apparently, depending on how widespread the Red Sox cheating was in 2018, and I don't condone that in any way, shape, or form, the Dodgers might have been weaseled out of 2 world championships. Yeah, you do. Buckeye Todd comes out. Auto play the first 3 quarters and play the fourth. If I was doing this in 2nd and 10, we would just kind of go back and forth between all the games, but since it's an Action PC replay, we'll really upset some people by doing that. But because it's Week 16 and there's a bunch of spots on the line, that's how we'll do it. Pitch to Mantle is a ground ball to Pursuit over to Schilling at second, and that will retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. The Yankees leave 1 after 1. Boston nothing, New York nothing. So here's Frank Malzone, 264, 13 homers, and 56 RBI. It'll be Stewart and Clinton to follow, and then the hotshot Congliaro, if anybody should reach. Pitch to Malzone, and there's a liner that's going to get in the hole between third and short, and Frank is on with a single. So big names, as I mentioned, in the benches for both these teams. Johnny Pesky is managing the Red Sox, and Yogi Berra for the Yankees. Now, wouldn't you think that Yogi Berra would be the one that would have the longer career with this team? No. Dick Stewart, 279, 33 homers, and 114 RBI. Ralph Houck, who would also spend part of the 80s as manager of the Boston Red Sox, would be booted upstairs with the Yankees from manager. He only managed 3 years the first time around. But after the Yankees were clobbered in the 63 series, they booted him upstairs as the GM. Pitch from Ford. There's a ground ball up the middle. Ford snares it over to Richardson for 1. Back to Pepitone for the out. Double play, 1, 4, 3. And that brings up Yankee spy Lou Clinton at 258, 3 homers and 6 RBI. I think Congliaro was spent most of the year in right. Tony Died at 45 years old in 1990. Had a heart attack in 1982. And had a subsequent stroke and never recovered. This again is from High Heat, Todd. It's one of the animated fields there. And I did this one for that 60 tournament, which I need to finish. Expected the Yankees to win. And so, yeah. Pitch to Clinton. There's a ground ball to Richardson over to Pepitone. And that will retire the side. The Red Sox have another hit, but they don't leave anybody on. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. After an inning and a half, Boston nothing, New York nothing. I downloaded, I'm going to take a drink here real quick. It'll be Tresh, Pepitone, and Howard for the Yankees here in a second. I downloaded all the OOTP historical ballparks, figuring I would just have a nice set of ballparks from 78, could go through there and put the pictures in and doll them all up. So when I opened up the folder, which had all the ballparks by year, it pretty much was the same shots that I had. There weren't any different ones, including the one from Texas that we showed last Thursday. It's the same damn pic. Tom Tresh, did I give you his numbers? 246, 16 homers, and 73 RBI. And he sends this one into right center. Congliaro makes his first major league catch for the out. As I said, as the wind is now dropped out to center at 9, this field was soaked. Now, defending American League champion, opening day at Yankee Stadium. I'll let you guys in the chat guess. Can you tell me, don't look it up, what the opening day attendance was at Yankee Stadium for 1964? Here's Joe Pepitone. 251, 28 homers, and 100 RBI. Pitch to Joe. Up the middle. That's going to get in front of Tony, and Tony C picks it up off a hop, 1-away. Elston Howard, 313. 15 homers, 84 RBI. Whitey Ford and Bill Monpaquette going at it. Opening day 64. Pitch to Howard. Ground ball to Stewart. Throws to Pursuit at short for 1, and that's the only play. So just like in the first inning, it's a 3-6 fielder's choice. 20,000. Okay. Lower. Here's Clete Boyer, 218, 8 homers, 52 RBI. 1964, opening day, Tony Congliaro from Revere, Massachusetts, his first ever Major League game. Pitch to Boyer is a fly ball left center. Congliaro goes out there, brings the Sherpa boots, and makes the catch to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. The Yankees strand another. Boston nothing, the New York Yankees nothing. Yep, 12,708 for opening day at Yankee Stadium in 1964. That's obscene. In fact, here is the man of the hour, Tony Congliaro, 290. 24 homers, 52 RBI. He walked 35 times and struck out 78. And just goes to show, okay, I believe you. Ouch is right. Congliaro, just to show you how bad the Red Sox were in 64. 24 homers and only drove in 50. Whitey Ford deals. Congliaro begins his career with a ground ball to short, over to first for the out. Bob Tillman, 278, 17 homers, 61 RBI. It had rained in New York before that, but the weather was 60 degrees and sunny on April 16th, 1964. But when I looked at Baseball Reference to see what the first game was, it was this, and drenched or soaked was the field condition. But yeah, ouch was the word. Here's Bob Tillman. Whitey deals. Tillman. Ground ball, base hit, right side. Maris will get it. And the Yankees will play for a bunt. Bill Monbequette, 083, 3 RBI. Boyer and Pepitone come in. They have a nice conversation with Monbequette. Monbequette squares. The bunt is down. Howard's only play is to first. And Richardson is there. So 2-4 on the sac bunt. 2 out. Tillman on second for Chuck Schilling. That's Kurt's father, isn't it? Whitey Ford threw his first 9 batters of 64. 25 pitches, 2 2/3 innings, 3 hits, and a strikeout. Pitch from Schilling, who struck out to start the year. Ground ball right back to Whitey. Over to first, and the side is retired. Red Sox finally leave a runner. No runs, a hit, no errors. After 2.5, it's the Red Sox nothing, the Yankees nothing. Whitey Ford, Phil Linz, and Bill Richardson. The Indians ever do 12,000 on opening day with that, I would sell the team. I bet back in their days on the lake in the late 70s, they probably didn't do more than 20. Of course, you could put 25,000 people in that 78,000 seat monstrosity, and it would look like it was empty. In 1964, Buckeye Todd was doing his best George Hendrick impression, taking a nap that afternoon and filling his diaper. Whitey at 190 RBI. Pitched him from Monbequette. 4, ground ball to Malzone, over to Stewart for the out. So Monbequette, 2 1/3 innings through his first 9, 27 pitches. And that's it. 2 hits. I think the animation, as Al says, is smoother, and the aggressiveness of the AI to hold runners on first, I think, is better. So that's up to you. A lot of it's cosmetic. I mean, you can see on the board the weather is now displayed on the screen instead of in the title bar. You know what inning it is. It depends. It depends on what you're looking for. I'm happy with it, but I do a lot with the game on stream. So they're always going to be must-gets. It'll be on sale soon. Linz is 0 for 1. He sends this one into right. Clinton has it for the out. 2 out. Didn't expect Monbequette and Ford to be locking zeros here. Oh, yeah, if you get the new season, you don't have to worry about the animation because of all the strikeouts. And no, the sounds of the Astros and the Red Sox don't come with the game. Bobby Richardson singled his first time up. 2 out. Pitch. And there's a little looper in the right field. That's going to drop in front of Clinton, and Richardson is 2 for 2. Here's Roger Maris. Roger's 0 for 1. Maris into center. Congliaro moves to his right. He's going to turn and watch it go. Good morning, Lorenzo. How are you? Roger Maris has hit a 2-run homer to right center field. And true to form, the Yankees lead the Red Sox 2-0. So Maris just connected with that one, and Tony Congliaro with the wind blowing out to center. He thought he was going to get it, and it caught the jet stream. Yes, they actually play at Shea in 64. And it was gone. So for those just joining, this is now Red Sox Fan Tribute Week. And so the 78 replay resumes next Tuesday. Today it's the 64 opener between the Yankees and the Red Sox. Tony Congliaro's first game ever. Tomorrow night at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, it'll be Rocky Marciano and Jersey Joe Walcott in a 15-round heavyweight fight. And then Thursday, we'll figure out a football game. Got to figure out what Patriots game he's going to want. So we'll help you through this, buddy. And so this week is for you. So the 78 replay resumes Tuesday, a week from today, with everything said as it was. There's Mickey Mantle. He's 0 for 1. Pitch from Monbequette. Struck him out. Curveball swung on and missed, and that will retire the side. Not before the Yankees draw first blood on the homer by Maris. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors. After 3, Yankees 2, Red Sox nothing. It'll be Brasud, Yastrzemski, and Malzone against Whitey here there. I was thinking that I have the season, but I'm not sure of any of the guys that he wants to win are going to win these. I mean, the 64 Sox are terrible. Yep, I will do that. I will do that. Brasud is 1 for 1. He's got himself a single. And there's a line drive base hit into center field. And so, no, he's not going for 2 again. Mantle threw him out the first time, and Johnny Pesky wasn't going to let him do that. So runner on first for Yaz, who's 0 for 1. Ball 4. And when Al's ready to talk about what's going on, he will. Malzone singled his first time up. Runners on first and second. If you missed it the other day, Mouse in Your House, Legman 55, and Phenomatic are followers 43, 44, and 45. They're 5 away from affiliate status here, boys and girls. Pitch from Whitey. Malzone. That's going to get into left field for a base hit. Pursued will hold at third. They aren't going to run on Tresh's arm. And Boston has him loaded here in the top of the 4th for Dick Stewart, who did hit 33 homers in 64. And so a well-timed grand slam would come in quite handy here. Ford had never pitched well against the Red Sox, but always pitched well at Yankee Stadium. Casey Stengel and others tried to have Ford avoid pitching at Fenway if it was possible, because that left field wall was so short. Pitch to Stewart, and there's a line drive to Boyer. He's got 1, throws to second, and Yaz is back in time. So Boyer looked at Pursuit, who held, and then flung one down to Bobby Richardson, and Yaz got back to second. Here's Lou Clinton. He's 0 for 1. So 1 out. They're still loaded. Infield playing back. Top of the 4th, 2-0 Yankees. Pitch to Clinton, and that's a pop-up left side. Yeah, absolutely. Our best wishes are with him. Linz has it for the out. And that's 2 out. This will be typical 80s Red Sox fashion to load the bases and not score. But here's our hero today, Tony Congliaro. And wouldn't it be something if he actually started off his major league career in the second at-bat with a grand slam? A hit would be nice. Pitch from Ford, and there's a fly ball to left, but that'll stay in the yard. Tresh comes in to make the catch to retire the side. Tie. Whitey gets out of it. Whitey was not driving an Etzel for that Ford. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. 3.5 in the books. The Yankees 2, the Red Sox nothing. And you hold on to your 78 Reggie bars, because next Tuesday, I believe, they're playing the Brewers from Milwaukee. Of course, the FDA pulled those because they found out that eating too many Reggie bars could inflate your ego. And that would be the straw that stirs your diabetes. Tom Tresh, Joe Pepitone, and Elston Howard here in the bottom of the 4th. Tom is 0 for 1. Pitch from Tresh is a fly ball to right. Clinton in the corner, 1 away. Red Sox have left 4 on through 4. The Yankees 2 through 3. And we gonna jingle here or what? Nope. Ah, yes. So you get the... Looks like I'm recording this one for a reason. Here was a network error. Am I still going? Streaming live. Recording locally. Okay. We're back. Here's Pepitone. He singled his first time up. Pitch to Joe. There's a fly ball to center. Congliaro is there. No, it's back. It's back. That's why I record these, too. 2 out. Congliaro has made a couple chances. Here's Elson Howard. He's 0 for 1. Pitch from Monbequette. Howard into right field. Clinton is there, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors that we've played for from Yankee Stadium. 2-0 New York. Jokes are so bad, even the internet turned you off. And Baseball Demos isn't even here. It'll be Tillman, Monbequette, and Schilling here in the 5th. Tillman singled his first time up. He's 1 for 1. I'm taking a drink. At least I haven't sung yet today. Pitch from Ford, ball 4. So righty throws the second walk of the ball game, and Boyer and Pepitone come in for the inevitable no-out sacrifice bunt. Monbequette squares. Here's one down there. In comes Pepitone. His only play is to let it roll foul. Thanks, Todd. I do appreciate that. So, Monbequette ran into the bunt. Pepitone with a tag. So it goes on the card to 3U. It's a fielder's choice, isn't it? Because it wasn't a sacrifice. It's a failed sacrifice. Tillman's still on first. Someone will let me know. Chuck Schilling is 0 for 2. He struck out once. Through 18 batters, Ford 57 pitches, 4 1/3 innings. 5 hits. He's walked 2 and struck out 1. Was Reggie Jackson a hot dog? That sounds like something we could do for one of those fake TV ads after a football game. Per one of his teammates, there's not enough mustard in the world to cover Reggie Jackson. Hopefully he didn't own an Etzel. Pitch to Schilling is a ground ball to Boyer. Might be 2. Nope, gonna roll. Nope, gonna hold on to it. And so that's an infield hit, and the Red Sox have 2 on and 1 out. He lived in New York. I can't imagine that he really owned a car. Eddie Pursuit is 2 for 2. He is singled twice, was thrown out trying to stretch it into a double. His first time up. 6 hits for the Red Sox here. 1 out in the 5th. Pitch to Eddie. And there's a fly ball to center. Mantle comes in, makes the catch, and the runners will hold. 2 out for Yass. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. That is a great quote. Pitch to Carl, and there's a line drive to Richardson. And he snares it, and the Red Sox lead 2 on. No runs, a hit, no errors. Halfway home, Yankees 2, Red Sox nothing. Well, Pursuit and Malone have hits. 2 apiece. Tillman and Schilling with the other ones. Red Sox have no runs. And Congliaro is left 3 on. For the Yankees, Richardson is 2 for 2, and Maris with a home run. That went for Steve McQueen's car. That went for a cool sum of money. So what you see the pitching lineups there. And that's your in-game box score. Brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best podcast on the net for your sports replays and simulation needs. It'll be Boyer, Ford, and Lenz here in the bottom of the 5th for the Yankees. Cleat is 0 for 1. And there's a fly ball on the right. Back goes Clinton. Makes the catch, 1 out. Clinton leapt on the track and made a good play. Here's Whitey Ford. Whitey's going to swing here. He's 0 for 1. And there's a little nubber. Pursuit way on the wet grass over to Stewart to make the play. Ford does not have a lot of speed, and that ball on the high, sloppy turf just kind of stood down for pursuit, and he was able to make the throw. Brings up Phil Linz as 0 for 2. Monbequette 54 through 18 batters, 4 2/3 innings, 4 hits, the homer to Maris, and a strikeout. Both the Yankee runs are earned. Pitch to Phil, struck him out. He swung on and missed on a breaking ball. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 5, it's still 2-0 New York. Malzone 2 for 2. Frank is singled twice. Stewart and Clinton do up, and then Congliaro, if anybody, should reach a knock ground into a double play. Pitch from Whitey, Malzone right up the box, throw to first in time for the out. Here's Stewart, 0 for 2. Grounded into a double play his first time up. Whitey delivers, and there's a fly ball to Mantle, right center, 2 out. I don't think Whitey's had a 1-2-3 inning all day. Luke Clinton is 0 for 2 rather. Here's the pitch. Struck him out. Whitey got him on a breaking ball on the outside corner, and that's not what he wanted. No runs, no hits, no errors. 5.5 in the books. The Yankees 2, the Red Sox nothing. So Richardson, Maris, and Mantle to face Monbequette here in the bottom of the 6th. Richardson has singled twice and scored in the 3rd on the Maris home run. Yep, it was not. My LSU Clemson game this weekend was not that off the real score. I had 52-35. You know, when I watched the Kansas City, Tennessee game and saw, we had that one almost nailed. The final score last night, 42-25. LSU covered, and you would have taken the under for that. The over-under was 67.5, and there were 67 points scored. So no, 20 points off, but I knew it would be a high-scoring game. Pitch to Richardson in the left center. Ristrimsky comes on for the out, and we all knew the Tigers would win. Here's Maris. He hit one into right center field past the Monuments his first time up, or his last time up, 1 for 2. 1 out. Yeah, if they were fully healthy, they were too strong. They put 61 up on Oklahoma. Pitch to Roger. Into right. Clinton comes in. And does he make the catch? Yes. I got it. I got a hot potato. I got it. 2 away for Mantle, who's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Mantle struck out 102 times in 64. Pitch. And there's a long drive to right that nobody's going to get. Mickey Mantle puts it in the second deck, and it's 3-0 New York. So in the last 2 Yankee games I've done, Mickey Mantle is homered. Monbequette just kind of hung that one, and he put it off the stanchion in the second deck. So those 12,708 here at Yankee Stadium have got themselves an opening to remember. Now, if they can just tear their kids away from their transistor radios and WABC and all the Beatles stuff, I think families would be happier. Just saying. Tom Tresh is 0 for 2. Monbequette delivers, and there's a fly ball to left center. Congliaro goes back to make the catch to retire the side. Oh, I bet I didn't see any of the game last night. No, 1 run on the homer by Mantle, the lone hit, and no errors. 6 in the books, 3-0 Yankees. Halftime show, I bet that was nice. Roger Staubach from Navy, Earl Campbell from Texas, Jim Brown from Syracuse, Archie Griffin from Ohio State, and Barry Sanders from State. And people wonder what I've done with my life. All Heisman Trophy winners, too. Right? Or did Brown not win? Staubach did. Congliaro is 0 for 2. Pitch from Ford. Into center. Mantle goes back, but makes the catch for the first out. Tony C. went 1 for 4 or 1 for 5 in real life. He might get one more at bat here. 3-0 Yankees, bottom or top of the 7th. And of course, in the second game, I think against Baltimore, he homered. Greatest 100 college players of all time. And of course, this being the 150th anniversary season for college football. Tillman singled and walked. He's 1 for 1. Ground ball to Linz, and Phil plied that like a harmonica. And Tillman is going to get 2 bases. So Linz with a bobble, 1 out. And Monbequet's just going to swing here. If he strikes out, he strikes out. You don't want to pop into a double play. Schilling on deck. Pitch from Ford. Struck him out. Boston will take that. He swung and missed on an 0-2 breaking ball. So through 27 batters, Ford 87 pitches. 6 2/3 innings, 6 hits, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, and no runs. Chuck Schilling, 1 for 3. He is singled and struck out. Pitch from Ford. Tillman leads off his second. Ground ball to Linz. The air isn't going to hurt. And Pepitone stays on the bag to retire this side. No runs, no hits, 1 error. After stretch time here at the stadium, 3-0 Yankees. The last time we let Guy Lombardo play the organ. Brian Bosworth, no, but his syringes might have. Joe Pepitone, 1 for 2. Howard and Boyer to follow. Pepitone singled, he's 1 for 2. Monbequet delivers, and Joe slices out one right to Malzone at third for the out. 1 away for Ellie Howard. Howard, of course, would play for Boston in '67. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame. Pitch, and there's a pop-up into center. Congliaro has it for the out. So Tony's had an easy day in the field, with the exception of the homer by Maris. Boyer is 0 for 2. Nope. Again, not references you're going to hear on your average Fortnite or Minecraft streams here on Twitch. Lombardo was a trumpeter, actually. Pitch to Boyer. There's a fly ball left field. Yastrzemski doesn't even have to move. Makes the catch. And that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 7, Yankees 3, Red Sox nothing. Pursued Yastrzemski and Malone here, or Malzone here in the 8th. Eddie 2 for 3. Whitey, you've got to figure he's got 30 pitches. He should be able to try for this shutout. He is leading off the bottom of the 8th. And the computer's running the Yankees. And there's a ground ball to Boyer over to first for the out. Carl Yastrzemski's 0 for 2 with a walk. I'd imagine Bob Shepard, of course, was the voice of Yankee Stadium in '64. I bet whoever was playing the organ for the Yankees played there for a long time. Those are Pope jobs. Pitch to Yaz. There's a ground ball up the middle. Linz flips it over to first for the out. 2 out for Frank Malzone, who's 2 for 3. He singled twice. 6 hits for the Red Sox. They've left 7 on. 3 runs, 5 hits, an error for the Yankees, and they've only left 2 on. 2-run shot by Maris and a solo shot by Mantle. Pitch from Whitey Ford. There's a ground ball to Boyer on a laser. And it got away from Pepitone, and Malzone is on with the error. Second Yankee error. Maybe that's how Liberace got started? He's from the West Coast. and had a full head of hair. Had a song written about him too. Mr. Sandman's got a wavy hair like Liberace. I'd play it for you on a musical device, but that would get dinged by YouTube. Dick Stewart is 0 for 3. He is grounded into a double play. So Whitey and Cleat exchange looks. Howard goes out there to calm him down. And Stewart draws a walk, and then the Red Sox have the tying run on for Lou Clinton. No, they don't. We're going to pinch hit. Lefty. Felix Mantilla at 289, 30 homers and 64 RBI. And so the Red Sox, with 2 out here in the 8th, would like to actually, get a run across the plate. Howard and Ford converge again. And Mantilla struck out. He swung on and missed, and Whitey just kind of chuckles to himself as he walks towards the first base dugout. No runs. The Red Sox strand 2, and the error for the Yankees. 7.5 in the books. It's still the Yankees 3, the Red Sox nothing. So let's see what they do with Ford, Linz, and Richardson. And the new right fielder, well, it won't be Tony Congliaro, but it might be Roman Mejas. And he'll bat in the 6th. So how many solo homers did Boston hit in 1964? 7,418. Unbelievable. You saw Congliaro's number. He had 24 homers and drove in 52 or 26. Pedro Gonzalez will pinch hit. Yogi says you're done. Gonzalez at 277, no homers and 5 RBI. Whitey will take the opening day win. Pitch to Pedro. Ground ball to short. Throw to Stewart. 1 out. The purists are ready to make comments. Monbequette, 7 in the 3rd innings, 27 batters and 83 pitches. Hasn't even given me a fatigue warning yet. 5 hits allowed, the 2 homers, 1 to Maris, 1 to Mantle, and struck out 2. Here's Linz. He's 0 for 3 with a strikeout. And there's a ground ball to short, over to Stewart for the out. 2 away. Second verse, same as the first. I think that was next year, though. Bobby Richardson is 2 for 3. A single twice and scored. Here's the pitch. Fly ball, shallow right. Mejas will come in to retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 8, Pete Mickelson coming in to slam the door on the Red Sox. It's New York 3, the Red Sox nothing. And so Mickelson, a 3.56 ERA. Can't wait for the cards and letters on this. 7 and 4 with 12 saves. 86 innings, 79 hits, 3 home runs allowed. He walked 41 and struck out 63. Tony C. Tillman in a pinch hitter for the Red Sox here in the 9th. 3 to tie, 4 to force the bottom of the 9th. 69 degrees and no wind now here at Yankee Stadium. So one part of the update I did not like. I want to see that temperature. To me, that kind of gives a little more immersion. Pitch to Tony C. There's a ground ball up the middle. Richardson by the bag at second. And the first hit will have to wait till tomorrow. Richardson with a diving stop for the out. Bob Tillman is 1 for 2. He has walked and singled. Pitch from Pete. Ground ball up the middle. Linz over to Pepitone for the out. 2 out for a pinch hitter. Earl Wilson. the pitcher. 205, 5 homers, and 13 RBI. The last chance for the Red Sox this afternoon. Pitch from Mickelson. Here's a ground ball to Boyer over to Pepitone, and the Yankees start 64 off on the right foot. Handshakes for Yogi, not much for the Red Sox, but did you really expect that? It's the Yankees 3, the Red Sox nothing. So Whitey Ford goes 8 innings, 6 hits, he walks 3 and strikes out 4. Roger Maris gets your digitalized player of the game. His 2-run shot in the third was all the offense the Yankees needed. And Bill Monbequette, 8 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 2 homers, 2 strikeouts, and only 91 pitches in that complete game. He had plus stuff. Whitey probably could have gone the 9th. Thanks, John. Appreciate it. And so Tony C. in his debut, 0 for 4. He left 3 on and made 5 catches. That's not bad. Opening act. Again, this is Al, Red Sox Fan Tribute Week. Al, we love you. We support you. When you're ready to come back, we are with you with open arms. Rocky Marciano and Jersey Joe Walcott tomorrow night at 8, and a football game of some sort on Thursday. 78 Replay is back next week. Weird Football 1 coming up for you Sunday. Thank you so much for watching. Have yourselves a great Tuesday.